Steve Becker,
I'll see your
our
Holiday
EP,
and Porzingis
writes
and
the
raise
newsletter
you a Strus
every
and
week.
Yang.
And if you guys want to sign up for the newsletter, you can see the number on the bottom of your screen. Well, Earl writes the newsletter. Steve helps us put together.
Earl's back there going, hold on.
But if you want to sign up, there's the number on the screen to sign up. And Steve Becker puts a little top 5 in every newsletter. And his top 5 this week in the newsletter was the top 5 best backup quarterbacks in Browns history. So we're going to run through Steve's list. If you get mad, this is not my list. This is Steve's list. I don't know the reasoning. I'm just going to run through the list, and you guys tell me if it's right or wrong. And once again, I had nothing to do with this list. If you disagree,
it must be terrible.
EP Steve.
It must be terrible.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
The 5th best backup quarterback in Cleveland Browns history, according to EP Steve, is Vinny Testaverde.
Benny.
Vinny started a lot of games, though.
He did, but he was a backup. He does qualify as a backup.
I'm going to run through all 5, and then you can see the order because it doesn't make sense to argue if I can't even defend the pick because I didn't pick it because EP Steve picked it. Number 4, Don Strock.
Okay.
Number 3, Steve. Let's just keep this bad boy rolling. Gary Danielson. Number 2,
know these people.
Kelly Holcomb. And number 1, Joe Flacco.
Okay, so
This is EP Steve's list, not McNuggets.
It really isn't. No, I have to take ownership of this. It's my list.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
it's your list.
Yeah, because he texted us back on June 7th. Yeah, plot twist. He texted us on June 7th. Quote, I'm doing the list of the top 5 backup quarterbacks in Brown history for this week's newsletter, so I'd love to get your opinions. Thanks. I texted him back 24 minutes later, Joe Flacco. Now, I intentionally just put Joe Flacco on that because I wanted to drive home the fact that he is definitively the number 1 best backup quarterback in Browns history. Then he said, I need a list of 5, please. Then G. Bush weighed in, and Steve then threw some other names in there, none of which are on my list. These names were Holcomb, who I will acknowledge I missed. But then others were Josh McCown, Spurgeon Wynn, Jason Campbell. These are yours. Seneca Wallace, Mike Pagel. I'm like, damn. my man is young because he just doesn't remember. And then Steve said, how about Flacco, Holcomb, Brissett, Hoyer, and McCown? And then I texted a short while later, Gary Danielson, Don Strock, Vinny Testaverde. Now, all these guys go back to the 80s and 90s. But those were the guys that were great backup quarterbacks. Maybe there was one in the 60s when Gary Ryan, I don't know.
They were better than Brissett.
When, what?
They was better than Brissett.
In my mind, they were.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just asking. I don't know.
Back then, the role of the backup quarterback was so different than it is now. So different. Oftentimes, it was a career starter who wanted 3 or 4 more years in the league, and teams brought him in Gary Danielson's case, to tutor Bernie Kosar.
Yeah.
Don Strock as well. Vinny Testaverde wasn't a starter anymore, but had something left in the tank. Browns brought him in.
He was nice with the Jets.
Now it's like
Chad
backup
Pennington.
quarterbacks they rotate them like they change underwear these days. You know, guys are coming and going. You don't even know some of the guys that are. Colt McCoy is a rare exception to that.
Chase Daniel.
Chase Daniel's another guy. But for
By
the
the way,
most
Chase
part,
Daniel's been phenomenal. He made the transition to media.
Oh,
really?
really?
Really,
Where
really
is he?
good.
I didn't know that.
He's a freelance. He does some stuff with the 33rd team, some stuff with the Ringer. I saw him on ESPN on a
Interesting.
pregame show, but he's really, really good at breaking down
good.
quarterback film. So overall, because a culmination of your list and G's list, we'll give Steve Becker credit if he did it well. We're going to give him all the blame if he did it poorly. How's the list? Do you agree with it?
I mean, again, I have to agree with it because it's my list.
Like I like quarterbacks that can come in. If you were back up, the prerequisite is you give me a win. Can you give me a win? I think one of the best backup quarterbacks they got right now is Jameis Winston. If you was going into a playoff game, Jameis Winston can theoretically throw for 4 touchdowns.
Well, here's the thing. I don't operate in theory.
But he can also throw for 4 too.
I don't operate in theory because if you're going to operate in theory, then Deshaun Watson's our greatest quarterback ever to play.
Right.
So I got to see it in a Browns uniform.
Yeah.
I've got to see it.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's funny you say that because I think that one of the under-the-radar moves that will pay big dividends for the Browns this year is Jameis Winston.
I like the
You're
move.
going to need your backup quarterback. At some point, you're going to need him. You might need him for a week. You might need him for 4 weeks.
Hopefully not.
And Andrew,
Well, listen, hopefully not. Baltimore last year, they kept their guy healthy.
Shouldn't we over the injury bug?
Andrew Berry.
You're never over the injury
You
bug.
a funny dude, Andrew Berry. You really messed a lot of people's season up. See, it was about 30% that was thinking they gonna get that Flacco back. And when
I would have done that.
And when Deshaun
I
Watson,
would have. I saw enough from him.
When Deshaun Watson would have threw them picks or any picks, they was gonna yell Flacco from the top of the roofs.
Well, so here's the scenario, though. Here's the scenario, okay? A scenario is Deshaun either, he don't even want to say this, either suffers an you know what I mean?
You know what? We ain't
Or
want to
he
Don't
plays,
even speak it.
He
Don't even
plays,
speak it.
He plays, can't say it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they've got to go to the backup, and Jameis comes in and doesn't look like that guy, and then the outcry is, where's Joe?
No. They gonna be like, oh, give me the Pro Bowler Huntley.
Hey, Tyvis,
Pro Bowler with 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions that year.
They didn't get to me. We definitely missed that one.
What?
Philip Walker.
It's easily. It's not even close. First of all, I want to say, Andrew Berry, I applaud you for what you've done with this roster, but you dropped the ball. You let Phillip go to Seattle. That's just bad job out of you. He won you. He gave you a win against the 49ers.
On that note, this show is over, but we'll see you in 3 minutes.